Well, hello again. I'm here actually on a cruise ship in the Mediterranean. Apologies if the lighting isn't very good. This is my cabin. Anywhere else here is a little bit noisy. So I've been driving around Europe, cruising the Mediterranean and having a look around. And I just thought I'd give you a quick overview of what's happening in Europe. The overall EV sales are increasing at a very reasonable rate here in Europe. In Great Britain, they've just stopped all EV subsidies, but they're going to be spending the money on the EV charging infrastructure, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, while I was driving around Kent in the southeast of England, I came across a huge number of EV charging stations. In motorway stops, there was usually 4 fast DC charging stations, and if they had a petrol station attached to them, which you usually do, that frequently had another 4 high power DC charging stations. Astronomical. They really do seem to be very well off for charging stations. And the other thing that I noticed, and I did a little video about this some time ago, thinking about disabled people in their EVs and how they're going to charge. Where I was staying on the south coast of Kent, there was a public car park and they were putting in 4 EV charging stations. Now, from the look of them, I think these were just 50 kilowatts, probably at most. 4 bays. One was a disabled bay for EV charging. Now that is the way I really think we need to go. Then I went to Spain, and I think in the week around Spain I saw 3 Model 3s, a Model Y, an Ioniq 5 and a Hyundai Kona EV, and that's it. Nothing. It's terrible. One of the reasons, they're still selling EVs in Spain, but the reason that they're not selling a lot is because of the charging infrastructure. They just really haven't got any. I looked on PlugShare and they've got EV chargers around. They do not seem to be used, or people aren't logging into PlugShare and registering with it. When they do, they're saying that they're not working. So I think Spain have got a lot of work to do. And just looking at some other EU stuff, the EU lawmakers have voted to ban sales of fossil fuel cars by 2035. So it's going to happen. They do have a massive increase in the number of EVs that are being sold. But yeah, it's still not enough in my opinion. I've been to Sicily, didn't see 1 EV. We're travelling around the Mediterranean at the moment, doing Italy, several stops. I haven't seen an EV. Okay, I'm not driving, but I do many hours walking around the streets looking at sites, and I've always got an eye out for EVs. They're just not around. So I'm going to France in a day or 2, and then I'm back in Spain for a few more days. I will be back on board in about a week, and then hopefully I'll be able to make some more decent videos. I think there's another 1 or 2 due to be released that I recorded about a month ago before I left, so hopefully those will come out and be okay. This one, I'm very limited on time with my software and the computer. It takes it about 5 minutes for every minute of video to get it ready, whereas my computer at home does it in about 1/3 of the time. So a 20-minute video will only take 6 or 7 minutes to render. Here, a 6-minute video is taking about half an hour to render. So we'll get there. Thanks very much. I hope that Europe goes the same way. Australia is getting there slowly. We're getting some more charging stations. Model Y is now available. I've got one on order, and the good news is it was going to be around Christmas. It's now been moved forwards, so here's hoping. So thanks very much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help the channel. Thank you. And just before I finalise this video, I've just come across some more statistics that global battery electric vehicle sales in the first quarter of 2022 were more than double those recorded in the corresponding period last year, and much of that rise is attributed to China, who are responsible for 2 in 3 of all battery electric vehicles worldwide. Indeed, battery electric vehicle sales reached the 1 million mark in China in quarter 1 2022, which sort of confounds the predictions that some analysts believe that the 30% cut in the new energy vehicle subsidies in 2022 in China would limit market performance. I think they are a little bit wrong.